Hello best friend, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fabulous day. If this is the first time you're watching my channel, my name is Sebastian and I welcome you guys with open arms. I do pop culture videos every single day, so if you're looking for a new messy best friend, you have found me. Grab a snack and a drink, hit that subscribe button. I would be very grateful. You guys, we have to talk, honey, because everybody, honestly, is terrified of Britney Spears' memoir. And now the Sun is reporting that that Lynn Spears, her mother, is terrified, allegedly. So listen, I for one am so excited for this memoir. I think it's so important after 14 years of just being, silenced and been told what to say and how to act and how to think and how to react and how to be surprised, how to do everything. Finally, Britney Spears gets to tell her truth. Now, half of Hollywood is nervous, okay? All these lawyers are trying to take this book down. They are, they're trying to water it down every day, honey. They're trying to make this book, something else because everybody's super scared. And now the Sun is reporting that her mother is a little bit scared too. She obviously knows that Britney Spears has written this memoir, and Britney and Lynn saw each other after a very long time. I believe it was like 2 weeks ago. Everybody was very like, okay, Lynn Spears is here. She went to Britney's neighborhood. They allegedly met up for 30 minutes, and it was really good. But the Sun is, of course, reporting that, it's a very long road ahead. They have a very long road ahead. Britney Spears is not 100% there yet. Britney Spears has definitely shown a lot of hurt that she believes her mom was part of the conservatorship. So obviously there is a lot of healing to do. And I know that a lot of people don't like that word, but it's the truth. I think that even if, whoever it is in your life, if they hurt you, you can't just blink your eye and you're good and you want to see them and it's real. You know what I mean? That's the issue. You could pretend to like someone, but if you're not in peace with that person, you're never going to be able to fully have an honest and transparent relationship because there's still going to be so much hurt inside. Well, the Sun has reported that, of course, Britney Spears and her mother's reunion, it raised a lot of eyebrows when they reunited in person. And Lynn wants to know what's in her memoir and how she will be presented. So now they're saying basically that Lynn's trip here was to learn about the memoir. That is what the kind of the conversation is going, that she is so scared, she's terrified. She wants to know how Britney has talked about her, what she said, in what light she's painted her. I don't necessarily think that Lynn Spears came here for that. I think Britney Spears and her mother, if you take a look before conservatorship, her and her mother were always very close. They wrote a couple books together. I think it was Heart to Heart, Mothers something, I don't remember the names. But, they were very, very close. And they shared this very big bond. Britney's first big money, she bought her mother an estate in Kentwood, Louisiana called Serenity. She loved her mother and probably still loves her mother, but there's a lot of hurt there. There's definitely a lot of hurt there. There's a lot of trauma that needs to be healed in order for them to have an honest and open relationship. It says here that the conversation was cordial, but there's a long way for them to have a very peaceful and full friendship. It says here that obviously everyone hopes for that, but Britney can be triggered by things like comments and recollections of the past, and then suddenly be battling her mom. So basically, it's sort of like she could be at peace, but then something sets her off, of course, from the past, and then it brings up all of these things. And I think that the only way for them to really fully be back together is to just go deep, take all those trauma out, work on them together, go to therapy, have Lynn really sit down and listen to Britney, because after 14 years, Britney can finally use her voice and really explain to her mother how she feels that maybe she let her down, that maybe she did this, whatever Britney has in her heart, Lynn Spears has to listen. It says also here that the insider says that she has seen Britney through her long journey, so had solid experience about what her daughter was going through. And while the conversation we understand was cordial, there's a long way for them forging a long-term peace and full friendship. The relationship remains complicated and tricky. Lynn definitely said she was there to support her daughter and obviously express her happiness about her being married and happy. The insider went on, Britney has shied away from meeting her mother many times in the past couple of years. So this is definitely progress. People forget Lynn was not in attendance at her wedding to Sam. It says here, a Las Vegas business associate was more downbeat about Lynn and Britney's reunion last month. Candidly addressing the moment, he said, years of distrust does not go away after a 15-minute coffee. We have lived this experience for a long time with Britney. She can be absolutely painting her mother as the devil to anyone that listens, and then they'd be together at Planet Hollywood. The trauma that girl has faced over the years often resurfaces, and she vents at Lynn. Britney sometimes sees her parents separately in terms of how they affected her life. What's certain is that Jamie remains the focus of her anger. Britney reckons Jamie destroyed her teenage years and wants to exact payback for what she felt was an unlawful conservatorship. Britney felt Lynn was central to her conservatorship falling into place after her hospitalization. But Lynn's involvement in supporting her to be freed from the conservatorship was important to Britney. And let's not forget, Britney is writing her memoir, which she vows will speak about her issues with her parents. So Lynn had an interest in finding out what her daughter is going to write about them. The business associate continued, forget the wounds healing stuff from Britney. She has undergone a form of PTSD and found writing about these traumas where they were at her side. There are many layers to Lynn and Britney's relationship after years of friendship, mentoring, distrust, dislike, and fighting, which continues to play out. There's definitely a lot of years to unpack, a lot of hurt to heal from. I don't think that I don't think that Lynn should even be worried about this book. I think that if Britney has to write what she has to write, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I feel like the damage is done and Britney has to talk about that damage. And I think that Lynn has to be okay with it because that is Britney's truth. That is her feelings, that is her mind, that is her words from her heart. And I think that it would be unfair if Lynn used this newfound connection and communication to try and derail Britney from honestly just speaking her mind. Just because you're okay now doesn't mean you were okay back then. And speaking of the past really should not affect your present if you want to move on to the future together. So that is what I think. I think Lynn should not be worried about this book. I think Britney should say what she needs to say because this is a form of healing for Britney to really speak her mind, to speak her truth, and to speak what she has gone through. And it's very important and very, very, very critical that Britney Spears finally is able to share her words because her words have been twisted. Her truth has been told by many that has nothing to do with her actual truth, is what people assume to be her truth. And if Lynn is wanting to have a relationship with Britney, she should understand Britney has to release what's in her heart in order to really heal and in order to really have a clear communication with Lynn. So that's what I think. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. I love you guys so much. I'm so grateful for you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye.